He's retiring as the bishop of the Tulsa Diocese, and he's here to talk about his career and much more. This and more next on Perspectives. Hello, I'm Sam Jones. This is an update of happenings since we last talked. Now, there's been so much humor in the news this year. As a matter of fact, it's been downright inspirational. Some of it took place here in Oklahoma. Representative Kevin Calvey, during a debate on a proposed pay raise for appellate court judges, said if he were not a Christian, he would go to the state Supreme Court building, douse himself in gasoline, and set himself on fire to protest the evil in that building. But there's more. Following the state Supreme Court's decision that the Ten Commandments monument on the state capitol grounds violates the state's constitution, some members of the legislature started talking about impeaching members of the state's high court, indicating they've never read the state's constitution. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Texas had a similar situation, and the U.S. Supreme Court ruled it was a legitimate memorial to the foundations of law. But it appears the framers of Oklahoma's document used tighter wording, much tighter wording than the United States Constitution. And if the Oklahoma City bunch changes the state constitution, chances are it could open the door for a monument to Satan. And so it goes. Another bit of political humor popped up courtesy of Mother Nature and our own U.S. Senator Jim Inhofe. What brought us national attention this time was his use of a snowball on the floor of the Senate that he said, with a straight face, proves his position on global warming. Want more humor? Okay. Without explanation, the GOP race for the White House and Donald Trump. But I come before you at this hour not to laugh, rather to explain the worry lines in my old face. My solemn concern is for the folks across the Red River in the great state of Texas. Specifically, war games launched mid-August in Texas and 6 other states. Oklahoma is not one of them. Now, there seems to be a general feeling in Texas that these so-called war games are just a cover, so that the Obama administration can move in, declare martial law, and confiscate guns, beer, and pictures of Neil Young and Walker, Texas Ranger. That fear has been generated for months by conservative bloggers and internet postings, so there must be something to it. After all, everybody knows if it's on the internet, it's God's truth. In fact, the governor of Texas ordered the state guard to monitor the war games officially named Jade Helm 15. Additionally, at least one national group of unofficials monitoring the protests and all of this called itself Counter Jade Helm and is following Army vehicles and posting their locations on its website. Yes, sir, we got trouble in the Lone Star State, but just how far does this dark shadow extend? My concern is for Six Flags Over Texas. We know some Texans are burying guns and ammunition for safekeeping, but what's being done to protect Mickey and Snow White and Goofy and Donald? Duck, not Trump. It's a well-known fact, because this reporter read it on the internet, that the Obama administration doesn't like animals that talk, women who sleep too much, or dwarfs. How will the children of America react when the stars of Six Flags are let off in chains by Navy SEALs to some secret location? Are there enough mental health counselors available to handle our troubled youth? Now there's talk that some in Oklahoma want to get involved. If they do, Texas will need a place to store all those snowballs. I worry about these things, because there's so much truth involved. We may have to let other states worry about cuts to education, hungry children, bad roads, and bridges. We got to help our neighbors. Remember the Alamo. And that's my perspective. History was made when the Pope came to America, of course. Our first guest saw a bit of that history unfold, and you'll meet him when we come back.